and welcome to my tutorial where today I'm going to show you how we can filter out certain data, how we can sort out certain data, and then how we can also use different tools such as color to understand our data a bit better. So first, in terms of filtering out data, something that I would like to do is filter out the board of directors from my manager names, just because that's not going to be a manager or a manager in general that I'm wanting to look at. And so the way that I can do this is if I go to my manager name right here, I click it, I'm going to notice that there's a drop-down arrow that appears. Once I hit this drop-down arrow, I'm going to then hit Edit Filter, and I'm going to look for my board of directors, which happens to be right here. I'm going to unclick it, and then I'm going to hit OK. And you'll now notice that the board of directors is no longer included in my list of manager names. Something else I would like to do is to filter out Webster Butler, because he is new to the management position, and so it's not going to be super reflective of my engagement data. And so I'm going to then go again to manager name. I'm going to click it. I'm going to find that drop down arrow, hit the edit filter, and I'm going to look for Webster, which happens to be at the bottom. I'm going to unclick it again. Okay. And now you'll notice again that Webster is no longer included in the data. And then finally, I'm also wanting to filter out the CEO, Janet King, because again, that's not going to be super reflective of my data or in terms of what I'm wanting to look for. So manager name, click it, you're going to find that drop down arrow, edit filter, and then I'm going to look for Janet King, and I'm going to hit OK. And Janet King would no longer be included in that in those lists of names. I also would like to make a quick note that when I hit it, it says edit filter, but that's because I've been messing around with it for a little bit. Typically, if you haven't added a filter yet, it'll just say filter right here. Regardless, I now have my list of names that I want, and I've filtered out those that I don't want. And so something that I'm wanting to do next is to sort my data from highest to lowest. So if I go up here, you're going to notice these two little icons, and the icon right here is able to ascend it, so lowest to highest, and then the one right here is going to be able to descend it, so highest to lowest. So I'm going to click that guy, and now I notice that my data is going to be going from highest. It's going to be sorted from highest to lowest. And then finally, I'm also wanting to make my visualizations just a bit better and trying to understand them in a way that's more clear for me. So one way I can definitely do that is by clicking the employee engagement right here, and I'm going to transfer it over to color. Now putting it in color over here obviously puts colors on the bar graph over here and just makes it a little easier to understand. So when I go, I now see that I have this little drop down right here. I'm going to click it, and then I can go to measure. And the thing that I would like to look at would be the minimums. So then I can have a better understanding of the minimums or the lowest and highest. And then also if I look at it, it's going to tell me things like the average employee engagement and then the lowest employee engagement. So yeah, through this tutorial, hopefully you've been able to now understand how to filter, sort, and use different tools like color to better understand your data.